and she fainted. When she fell, she accidentally hit the cage with the mice in it from our lab experiment. All 6 little white mice ran out of their cage. Carrie and Marta started screaming, and they fainted too. All the kids except Justin jumped on top of the desk. A mouse ran up Fred's pants, and he started screaming like a girl and running around the classroom like his pants were on fire. It was so funny. It was wicked cool. Fred accidentally hit the table with our class aquarium on it, spilling 200 gallons of water. Poor Miss Fields was still on the floor, now soaking in water and covered in goldfish and betas. Danny was running around trying to find Nemo and save the goldfish with his lunchbox. When the aquarium fell, it hit the table with all of our volcanoes we made last week. They all erupted, spewing fake lava all over the classroom. The steam from the explosion set off the fire alarm, and the sprinklers came on all around the school. Then Mr. Johnson ran in.
What did Mr. Johnson do?
He helped Miss Fields off the floor. He called the fire department, the police, the school nurse, and maybe even the president. Soon the room was filled with all kinds of people. Then all of a sudden, they stopped. And Mr. Johnson said in a scary principal voice, "Who is responsible for this?" Then all the kids turned and stared at me like I had lobsters calling out in my ears, pointed and said, "Ralphie's lamp, Ralphie's lamp." Mom, don't tell Dad. I don't think they like this lamp.
That lamp has got to go. Tonight, when we go to the...
Word of this humiliation can make life at Warren G. Harding School miserable. I single-handedly destroyed the entire 4th grade classroom, sent Miss Fields to the hospital, erupted 15 volcanoes, liberated 6 white lab mice, but killed 100 goldfish and 6 betas. Now, the classroom was covered in a ½ inch of water, and 17 library books were covered in vinegar, baking soda, and red food coloring. It was my best show and tell ever. But, Mom, I think Mr. Johnson wants to send me to Mexico. He said this would be on my permanent record. Do you think this hurts my chances of getting an official Red Ryder model air rifle? I didn't mean to destroy the school. It just happened. But Christmas is about presents. Presents, Mom. Presents. I discovered that you can make people forget the past with presents. White Christmas wouldn't be Christmas without presents. So can I please get an official Red Ryder model air rifle?
Ralphie, no. You'll shoot your eye out. How about a football or a train? And Christmas is not just about presents, or attempting to murder a 4th grade teacher for that matter. Christmas is about mincemeat pie, popcorn balls, and getting rid of your father's leg lamp. That's what Christmas is all about.
Oh, I want that lamp. I really want that lamp. Man, now, that's a fine piece of art. Why, that lamp, it would go with my defective license plate and hubcap collection. Oh, I want that lamp. You know, when I was in prison, I had the coolest cell in prison. I called that Thai dude to come do an extreme makeover. They don't do prison cells. Can you believe that?
Joyce, how can you say that? Miss Fields almost drowned. Several children were attacked by wayward rodents, not to mention dead goldfish, exploding volcanoes.
Okay, you know what? So maybe I'm not very good at this angel thing. You try being an angel. But I did like that exploding part, and I love that lamp. Hey, you think we could borrow it? I could go case the joint.
Joyce, what are you thinking? You were supposed to be an angel on a mission from God sent here to cheer me up. How am I supposed to learn the true meaning of Christmas from someone who is planning the heist of an illuminated body part?
Okay, you're right, you're right. You know what? I think you're drinking just a little bit too much of that juice. You know what? Old habits die hard. You don't have to help me borrow the lamp. But you know, I like that, Ralphie. He's got it. Christmas is about weapons. Lots and lots of weapons. Hey, I know people in weapons. I could get him some weapons really cheap. Do you think he'd like a 38? I could throw in a homemade shake. What about a Glock 9?
You're missing the point. Christmas isn't about presents. It isn't about guns. Christmas is about...
Susan, Susan, Susan. You've just got so much to learn. Come on, follow me.
After Jesus was born in Bethlehem village, Judean territory. This was during Herod's kingship. A band of scholars arrived in Jerusalem from the east. They asked around, "Where can we find and pay homage to the newborn King of the Jews? We observed a star in the eastern sky that signaled his birth. We're on a pilgrimage to worship him." When word of their inquiry got to Herod, he was terrified. And not Herod alone, but most of Jerusalem as well. Herod lost no time. he gathered all the high priests and religious scholars in the city together and asked, "Where is the Messiah supposed to be born?" They told him, "Bethlehem, Judean territory." The prophet Micah wrote it plainly. "It's you, Bethlehem, in Judean land, no longer bringing up the rear. From you will come the leader who will shepherd rule my people, my Israel." Herod then arranged a secret meeting with the scholars from the east. Pretending to be as devout as they were, he got them to tell him exactly when the birth announcement star appeared. Then he told them the prophecy about Bethlehem and said, "Go find this child. Leave no stone unturned. As soon as you find him, send word, and I'll join you at once in your worship." Instructed by the king, they set off. Then the star appeared again, the same star they had seen in the eastern skies. It led them on until it hovered over the place of the child. They could hardly contain themselves. They were in the right place. They had arrived at the right time. They entered the house and saw the child in the arms of Mary, his mother. Overcome, they knelt and worshipped him. Then they opened their luggage and presented gifts: gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
George, you back? I had the police out looking for you. I don't know. I've been trying to get you out of this town forever. And I want that penny ante savings alone shut down for good. Your father had to be the worst businessman ever. He spent his entire life on worthless bums that didn't deserve a second chance. So that's why, while you're in jail, I'm going to put 15 families out on the street on Christmas Day. Business is business. Christmas or no Christmas. So this town ain't going to miss them anyway. So just remember, I own this town now, there's going to be some changes.
Just a minute. Now hold on, Mr. Potter. You're right when you say my father wasn't a very good businessman. But no one can say anything about his character. His whole life was about helping others. In the 25 years since he and Uncle Billy started building this community, he never once thought of himself. He wasn't even able to save enough money to send Harry and I to college. And those lazy bums that you call, as you call them, weren't just contracts and liability. They were his friends and neighbors. My father tried to make a difference. He tried to make this community a better place. He wanted everyone to be able to stand on their own 2 feet, to be proud of what they were able to accomplish. My father died a much richer man than you will ever be. I can't believe you're planning on throwing 15 families out on the street. Have a heart, Mr. Potter. It's Christmas.
Well, then he's telling me he still believes in Christmas? My God, it's money. Christmas is for fools. There ain't nothing special about Christmas. I mean, if I had my way, the bank would be open every day, even on Christmas Day. It's money. All about money. You got lots of money, you got lots of friends. There ain't nothing you got that I can't buy. You say you have a heart, Mr. Potter? I don't have a heart. I don't want a heart. You just keep your friends in your little community. I won't get my heart broken if I ain't got one. So, George, just go ahead. Have your Christmas and your little friend. And don't forget, I'm the richest man in town. George, just wait right here. The place will be right along with you. You can ponder those high ideals and that naive optimism of yours. And while you're in jail, where you belong. So, George, don't you realize money is the real God of Christmas?
That's really sad. Mr. Potter, I think you'll be waiting a very long time. You see, tonight I realized something.
Yeah, George, you finally realize I won. With bankruptcy and scandal and prison, finally own this town. Finally beat them Bailey boys. Money always wins.